Hello, hello. It's been a while, about a week or two, and welcome back to We Love LA, where we talk about fun, freedom, and fulfillment. I am your host, Sheena, and I would love to say welcome over and over and over again. Fun, freedom, and fulfillment is what I say, what we do talk about, and I share fun, freedom, and fulfillment because, there's a lot of fun that we like to have. There is a lot of fulfillment that we want to be able to achieve, and then there is freedom that we all yearn for. And so, part of my life, I always like to introduce the artists that I have playing in the background, and so I do want to acknowledge the artist Coop, K-O-O-P. I kind of just randomly stumbled across this artist just going through like Apple music, when you create like a playlist of the favorite musics that you love, and based off of your favorites they create a genre of what they think that you might like, and I would say that this genre fits the topic that I would like to share this evening and for this week. And so Facebook, Instagram, please play my video. I do not own the rights to the video. So again, I am acknowledging the artist so they can be played. So, with that being said and done, so I actually wanted to talk about some of the three topics, or little key points of the three topics: fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Fun. I love to have fun, and fun is tied into you being happy, you doing the things that you love, you enjoying your time, you enjoying your company that you are having with yourself or with someone else, and also just being able to really just enjoy the moment. And I sit back and I think about the times when I was a kid and didn't really have to think about a whole lot of stuff. All you had to worry about was what am I going to eat tomorrow? Can I have some candy? What are we going to do this weekend? And the lovely side of adulting, we have to figure out, can I have some fun? Do I have enough to be able to do something on a weekend? And it's like, not saying that that's what we do as adults, but a lot of times, the majority of adults who are adulting, we fall into the rat race and the trap of counting down the days for Friday and dreading Mondays. And that's not everybody's lifestyle, but it is a lot of people's lifestyle, and I'm not trying to say that it's bad. Some people enjoy it because they enjoy what they do, and some people don't. But just speaking to some of the people who are having a hard time accepting the cycle of Monday through Friday and living for the weekend and dreading Sunday nights and stuff like that. And so, what are some of the things that we are doing? This ties into, fun, freedom, and fulfillment, because, are you having fun doing what you do? Do you feel fulfilled doing what you do? Do you feel as if it provides you a sense of freedom of doing what you feel that you feel free to do, or you can do it whenever you want to? So it's starting off with happiness. All of the fun, freedom, and fulfillment, it all starts with happiness, and happiness starts with self. And starting off with yourself, you have to be self-aware of do What do you choose? Do you choose to be happy? Do you choose to be sad? Do you choose to be mad or angry? Like, all of these things are choices, and it is our responsibility to choose how we want to, how we want to respond to things. And so a book that I am listening to on Audible, which is an amazing book, I highly recommend everybody to tune into this book. If you're a person who like to have the hard copy and have to really read it, go for it, get it. The book is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And everything that he's writing about, I can actually relate to him. He and we are around the same age. As I'm listening to his story, I'm like, oh, I remember that. We was in high school around the same time. Oh my gosh. So, he shares some values in the story, in his book, talking about, what are some of the things that we put value on? What are some of the things that we, put so much care into, and the things that we care for, how does it play an effect on us? He used an example of a little old lady at the grocery store with all of her coupons, and there was a young punk at the cash register who's like, I'm not taking these damn coupons, old lady. And the old lady is just letting him have it. And so him being as a spectator of seeing this old lady going in on this young punk that's not taking her coupons, he's kind of looking at it from both ends of the scenario on why does he care so much about these coupons? Why don't he just take the coupons? Then at the same time, he's looking at it why is this lady so livid about him not taking these coupons? What crawled up in her and died for her to basically act such a butt to this guy? And he kind of looked at the situation and was just kind of well, what's going on in her life? We don't know what's going on in people's lives, and sometimes some people just live for, I don't got nothing going on, so let me mess up somebody else's life. Or, oh, well, my life is crappy, so let me put crap in somebody else's life. And that's actually some people's purpose. That's some people's purpose in what they want to do. And so, how much care do you want to put into it, to where what type of response do you give into the care, and how do you respond to it? 90% of the things that happen to us, it's not our choice. It's we don't choose for things to happen to us. These things are not our fault. It's really it really doesn't matter, but how we respond to it is our responsibility. We can choose however we want to respond to things. So, if somebody, punch you in the face, you can choose to punch them back, walk away, cry, get angry, call the police. You have the choice to do whatever. Now, whatever choice that you choose to do, then it's going to be some type of a reaction. There's going to be some type of consequences that's going to be coming along with those choices. And so, based off of the choices that we make in our lives, how does it make it feel? Do it really make us happy in the choices that we do? And is that happiness, fulfilling? Is it gratifying? Is it satisfying? Is it doing its purpose for you to have fun? Is it serving you the purpose for you to find fulfillment? And is it, ethical and finding purpose of providing you freedom? Because again, based off of whatever decision that you make, it can take or give, fulfillment, fun, and freedom. And so even just using that scenario, I'm not a fighter. I've never been a fighter because I enjoy my freedom a lot. I really, really, really enjoy my freedom a lot. And so I don't think that nobody can really, really, really pushing me to the edge where I would risk my freedom, where my social security number doesn't exist anymore. Like, yeah. So just wanted to share with you, just, you know, a lot of stuff is still happening. A lot of people are allowing, you know, the media to kind of make some decisions for them. And a lot of people are not being friends. A lot of people are not talking to each other anymore. It's like, oh my gosh, like, why are you being so mean? Just, you know, we cannot control what other people do, but we can control how we respond to what other people do. And so that's how we can determine how our lives can be. We can determine all of that based off of our own decisions. And so happiness is a choice, and that's what I choose. So let me put you on hold for a moment so I can sip my happiness. This does make me happy. I love fresh green coconut. Like, it's so fresh to the point, like, I had to bust the little hole open, and then when I finish drinking all the water out, I'm gonna make the hole a little bit bigger. I'm gonna get me a spoon and scrape it out. It's so good. Oh, I love food. Yummy, 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 yummy. And so, cheers to my coconut. I remember the very first time I actually had one of these. It was at the I think it was at the Reggae Festival at UCLA back in 2013. And it was me, my sissy, Octavia, Amber, my cousin, Maisha. And you know, it was so funny because on the group we was like, oh, it's like Team LS, like it's all of us light brights and stuff, which was hella funny because it was not planned that way. It just happened. No shade towards nobody else, but it just happened that way. And that was the running joke that everybody was saying about us. So, okay, I digress. So there they had a whole bunch of vendors and everything. That's how I heard about Santi Gold, which she was amazing, and so many other artists that was there. And they had a booth that had some coconut, fresh green coconuts. And my cousin, she went to go get one. She saw somebody with one. She was like, ooh, what's that? Where'd you get it from? I want one too. And she's the type that she'd be like, that looks interesting and I want some interesting. And so she goes to get interesting. And I'm looking like, what's that you bringing back? Because I think I might like it. So she let me taste it. Been hooked ever since. So my little bit of happiness, which I absolutely love. So let me get a little bit more of my sippies. Super amazing. Absolutely. So it's very refreshing. So if you don't know where you can get like a fresh green coconut, you can find them at like a health food store. Now it's a difference. This is not the brown one where it's got the brown fur. No, this is before it turns brown. This is like when it's green and then they cut the green skin off and then it's got this white layer. And then under this white layer, it's the actual shell. So that's the one you want, and it has a light sweetness to it, which is really good and really, really refreshing. High in potassium, and I mean, it's really, really good. I love it. So that's a little bit of my happiness. And oh my gosh, I just so lost track on talking about this coconut. I'm not for sure about bottled coconut water or juice, but every coconut water that's bottled, or it's so not the same. I would say the one that is probably the closest to as if this was just busted open and poured into a bottle is a company that's based here in Los Angeles. It's called Earth Bar. They are the only company that I know that has fresh coconut water that's bottled and tastes as if it was poured straight out of the coconut. Everything else tastes processed. So just wanted to share that. If anybody is looking for, if they can't find this or they don't want to do the work of busting it open, go to Earth Bar. You can find Earth Bar at Equinox, and you can find Earth Bar on its own. They're based, their corporate office is in Santa Monica or West Hollywood, one of those. But they're really good, so give them a try. So that's my little bit of happiness. So I have been working on my sacral chakra, which I can't remember exactly what it's supposed to do, but I know the sacral chakra is the area that's like right around the navel, like the abdomen and pelvic area, around the navel, but it's more of grounding yourself and being able to speak out, being more, you know, blocking like sexual blockages or libido. Also is about being creative and, you know, a lot of blockages. And so I know that for me, I have been having a creative blockage, and just being like, I know I haven't been very motivated lately. I just been kind of like, oh, I'm just going with the flow, and I've just been letting the wind blow me around, where normally I'm on it. I'm like, no, I'm ambitious, I'm on this, I'm on that, I'm on top of it. Oh, how do I do this? I'm on it. So my sis Shy at Quantum Gems, she has this Tibetan singing bowl that is for the sacral chakra. I love the little design that's on the inside. So let me just angle that right so you can see. Also, it has a little pad that it sits on. Let's get it together. There you go. To where, play a little ditty for you. I'm also going to mute the music so you can actually hear how this baby sounds. Oh my gosh. Awesome. But what I really, really, really love is the vibrations that you get from it, and this little stick. You just go around it. Just that vibration just sounds amazing. I have my sage that's burning just for the good vibes. Again, you know, happiness is a choice. This is really great for meditation. Also really great for just staying grounded and focused on, you know, how I am supposed to respond to things, and not saying what's right or wrong, but also, you know, what are some of the things that I choose to do? How does it make me feel? Do it make me feel better? Does it make me feel bad? Do I feel fulfilled? You know, is it a step closer to freedom? Is it on the path with my purpose? So all of those things. So this really make me happy. I'm so enjoying. And then this baby here. Ooh. This black obsidian stone. Oh, amazing. Great manifestations are coming. I cannot wait for Friday. Setting all of my intentions for the following months. And part of your happiness, sometimes you can't reveal everything, but what you can reveal is every day, this is how I look, this is how I feel. Nothing can bring me down, nobody can make me mad, nobody can steal my joy. And when you are taking your everyday life into consideration of self, you know, what is necessary for self, What is necessary for you to get to the next level? What is necessary for you to actually really enjoy who you are and what you are about? One last little thing that I want to share. And what was I listening to? Oh, part of the book. So, part of the book, there was a story being shared about there was a guy, he never really amounted to excel to anything in school, and all he cared to do was paint. He painted. Ended high school, really didn't do anything, so he painted. His dad tried to get him into medical school. Couldn't really relate to anybody, so he dropped out of medical school. Didn't, hi Queen. What's up, sis? That's my girl. What's up, Tracy? So, just so happened that, you know, his dad was really on him, like, you're not doing anything with your life. I'm going to put you into medical school. You got to become great. You got to be something. And, you know, he failed at that. He decided to do something and failed at that. He decided to do something and it didn't really work out. But, you know, basically his dad looked at him as a failure. And, you know, just listening to that story, it really made me think about several other things where when we are kids, you know, like I mentioned earlier, all you're thinking about is what we're going to do for the weekend. When am I going outside and play? What we're going to eat? Can I get dessert? Ice cream? Like fun. That's all we think about as kids. And as we become older, depending on our upbringing, we have our family who has their values and their opinions on what life they think we should have. That's where the mistake come in. Because what happens is that they look at their lives and they're like, oh, you know, my life, I had to struggle and I had to make ends meet. I had to work 2 and 3 jobs and I don't want my kids to go through that. So I'm going to make sure my kids go to the best college. I'm going to make sure they're going to be better than me. I'm going to make sure that my kids are better than me. And that is the majority of a lot of people's story. I want to make sure my kids have a better life than me, to where some of the parents try so hard to forcing a life that they think is better than them, that is good for their child. And what end up happening is that a lot of kids are conflicted in doing what they want to do and doing what they're told to do. And because as kids, we are so used to being told what to do, to where once we become able to think and do for ourselves, now we're kind of stuck in like, okay, well, do I still listen to what they want me to do, or isn't this my life and I want to do what I want to do? So a lot of times what happens is that some of us, we grow up doing what our parents want us to do, and we don't find happiness in that. And so now we're so tuned off into doing what we really want to do. But you say, I tell my children I want them to succeed higher than me and dad, and that's great, you know, of course. And whatever that value is that they think is higher, that's based on their value. And they should just look at it as, you know what, at the end of the day, am I happy doing what I'm doing? And you know, what if your child decided that I just want to play video games all day? Well, are you happy playing with video games all day? And you playing video games all day, does it feed you? Does it provide you shelter? Does it provide you the things that you need to be able to live and survive? If it provides their bare necessity for them to exist as a human being, then you know what? Be the best video game player ever. There's a lot of kids who actually wanted to play video games, and look at the video gaming company today. Look at the companies now. They pay kids. I know a company here in Los Angeles called Riot Games. I can't remember the game that they are used to, that they're known for. I think it's called something Legacy or something. But I remember they will fly kids from all around the world just to come into their facility, stay at the hotel that I used to manage, and pay these kids money to play video games. Like, imagine, if you really sit back and you think about a lot of things, it had to be somebody's imagination to create a lot of stuff. And a lot of these things that adult makes for kids, they're not kid friendly, and so they need to get inside a kid's mind to understand what is appealing to kids. And so, at the end of the day, it's all about, if whatever this individual is doing, are they happy doing it? Does it provide the bare necessity for them to live? And because whatever that thing that they are doing, just because it may not be some grandiose career where they're a brain surgeon or a lawyer or whatever, why are we judging? Why should it matter? At the end of the day, my child is happy, or this kid is happy doing what they do. And you never know. Whatever the hell they doing, it could turn into a multi-million-dollar business. But at the end of the day, I truly, truly, truly feel to believe that the things that we measure for happiness is not necessarily on how good you look or how much you have. It's all about how happy and how much do you really enjoy it. And then once you really find that true happiness in whatever you do and with yourself, that's where the fun, freedom, and fulfillment comes into play. And so I just wanted to share that to say, all of us, we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves. I know me, I'm the biggest critic, and we are our own worst critic. I have been so hard on myself, worrying about, I don't have this, or, oh, I gotta do this. This person has that, and they have this, and I need to be at this level. I'm at this age. I should be doing this. And it's just like, I'm aware that I want to succeed at more things, but it shouldn't have to be measured based off of somebody else's success level or where they at in life. For me, I really think that true happiness and success for me is knowing that I know that I want more and not to give up. And so I just want to share with everybody else, don't look at your current situation and think that's the only situation where it's going to be. As long as you know that there is an opportunity to have more and do more, as long as you don't stop, you can make it at any level. You can make it at any age. And look at Jay-Z for an example. He started off as a hustler, drug dealer, whatever he did, I don't know, but that nigga old today. He's old today. But guess what? He could have looked at somebody else when he started at 25 years old and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get there. And then he could have made it to the age of 30 and like, oh my gosh, I'm 30 and I haven't made it. Everybody else got it and I haven't made it. And he could have quit. But the fact that Jay-Z never quit. Jay-Z said, okay, I can see if I keep doing this, I'm getting closer. Just don't stop. I'm looking at this over here. What are you doing? Instead of being mad at them having it and he don't. Hey, mister, what is it that you're doing? Share with me how I can know the system too. To where, yes, sis, the sky is the limit. And just don't give up, because your time is going to happen. And here it is, Jay-Z like in his 50s, and now he's like one of the top, rappers that is, well successful than any other rapper, because he never gave up. And so, when it comes to your true happiness, you could be 1 minute away from success. You could be one deal away from success. You can be, you could be one burger flip away from whatever success that amounts to your happiness. Just at the end of the day, don't quit. And as long as you don't quit and you keep going, fun, freedom, and fulfillment will always be at your back door. So I just want to say good night. Love you all, and cheers. All right, good night, everyone. See you next week.